And we're back, just like the Five Musketeers.
Hi.
Let's do this!
Okay.
Let's do this!
They haven't seen each other in 20 years.
I'm free to do what I want.
But tonight, they're returning to their hometown to finish the ultimate pub crawl.
This is our chance to finally conquer the Golden Mile. 12 pubs, 12 pints.
And this time, they're going to make it to the last pub, the World's End.
Go!
I think it's good. I think it's acted well. I think it's...
Yeah!
Don't touch things that you don't understand.
We're here.
Clinking it up.
We watched the movie here to review The World's End. We just got back from the screening. Actually, it's not a screening. We saw it with everyone else.
We did a pub crawl to Applebee's and we made it to one.
We did go to Applebee's and I had some really bad hot wings. But that's not important.
25 cents.
What's important? Yeah, they're only 25 cents. It was like
Yeah.
$2.50. They were probably only worth about $1.25, but I still feel like I won in the end. Who puts pepper on hot wings? But anyways, The World's End. Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, directed by Edgar Wright. It's the Cornetto trilogy, as they've been calling it. I didn't know this was a trilogy. I thought the movies had nothing to do with each other, but apparently they are a trilogy. So,
Well, I would say officially, unofficially trilogy.
real quick, we never reviewed this movie. So, Shaun of the Dead rating.
Oh, dude, that's got to be like a 9.0, 9.5.
For me, it's a 9.5. I fucking love that movie.
I do.
Hot
I love
Fuzz.
them. Hot Fuzz, 8.0 to 8.5.
I give that a 7.5 for me. It wasn't my favorite. Now, The World's End, it's Simon Pegg, it's Nick Frost, directed by Edgar Wright. We already saw all that shit. What it is Simon Pegg's this like mangy dude like that. They used to party together when they were younger, and he just never kind of grew up. It's that kind of
Devil
story.
by the Wings, who gives a fuck? He's an immature guy.
Yeah, and all of his friends have grown up, and they kind of dislike him because he put them through so much shit when they were kids or whatever. And he goes to get them back for whatever reason. It's unknown to us as moviegoers at the start of it. He goes to get all his friends back to this pub crawl where they go to each bar, they drink one beer, and they go to 12 different bars, and it's a pub crawl. So they do that, and a bunch of weird alien shit happens, and a bunch of people are taking over the universe, and it's a whole nother story from there, but we won't give that away.
What do you recommend?
Beer.
We'll have 5 of those, please. 4 of those, and a tap water.
What?
Look who it is. Wow, long time. Gary.
Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome.
Because we're doing a spoiler review after this.
Drinking it up. At first, I was kind of like hesitant about Simon Pegg's like how he tried to portray himself in this. He was really hardcore, as more like his comedy is more of like a casual style comedy. Like he's funny. He's always been funny, but he's more of that casual style. This one, he's more aggressive. And
He's a Vince Vaughn Motormouth, like 100 miles a second.
pretty much. And then Nick Frost is really like. He's actually an asshole in the beginning of the movie, and then he becomes later on funnier. But overall, like I get they were trying to explore different things, and it flowed well, it ebbed well. It was a nice brew. It had a little hops to it. It was nutty.
Well, it's weird, isn't it? You come back and everything's sort of different.
I suggest you get on your way. Welcome home, boys.
It's not us that's changed. It's the town. What are you doing?
It's all right, I'm not trying to have sex with you. There's something I need to tell you right now. Unless you do want to have sex, in which case I'll tell you afterwards.
Tell me right now.
But it was, and so overall the acting was fun. It was enjoyable. It's pretty much the same kind of thing you would expect from any kind of Simon Pegg, Nick Frost movie.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, definitely. I mean, it's better than Hot Fuzz for me.
Oh, yeah.
For me, it felt more like Shaun of the Dead. There's a lot of fast talking. This entire movie is just fast talking. The jokes come like this, and
I said hi to it.
yeah, but no, this movie has some stuff you don't expect in it from the trailer. You get what you expected from the trailer. You get that kind of comedy. You get exactly what you would expect from the trailer. You get that Shaun of the Dead type of comedy. But at the same time, at some point, things get kind of serious in this movie.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that when I was watching. I think it kind of goes with, it mixes with Shaun of the Dead with some serious moments in it. There were some serious moments in it, like, how Shaun of the Dead, like, implemented some of that stuff. But it also mixed with a lot of, like, Paul.
Like when Phil died in Shaun of the Dead, it's like, that's my dad!
Yeah, well, like how they did with Paul.
Yeah.
That stupid, over-the-top kind of comedy. And then they mixed it with Shaun of the Dead. So it kind of balanced each other out. It worked well. I mean, like I said, it ebbed and flowed.
Definitely, and the actors on the side were good too. They
Yeah.
all had their little moments. They were all good in their parts that they did. And like you said, Nick Frost, it's weird because we know him from Shaun of the Dead or whatever. You know Nick Frost as being the kind of just the more goofy one. And this one, at first, he was like kind of an asshole, kind of straight laced, kind of like I'm all about my business now. And Simon Pegg is just a piece of shit, but he's a lovable piece of shit. And those are the kind of movies that you gotta
But
love.
when Nick Frost actually does come on, it's hilarious. Like everything he said when he's actually getting drunk and acting stupid. And by the way, I want to know, were they getting drunk during this movie? Because there's a lot of times, like, I know they're pretending to be drunk, but they were, like, doing it very well.
That's where the best comedy comes from. This is a drinking movie.
Newton Haven has been taken over by robots.
Did you believe him?
We should head back to London.
A, we're all drunk. B, we've got blood on our hands. It's more like ink. We've got ink on our hands.
From the creators of Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz.
Let's climb down the drain pipe.
I got a better idea.
Climb down the drain pipe.
The only way to survive the night is to make it all the way to the world's end.
As the pub crawl goes on, they go to bar after bar after bar. The drunker they get, the funnier the movie gets.
Yeah, you got to bring your cousin, bring your brother, bring your sister, bring your hairdresser, bring your personal trainer,
What's
bring
love
everybody you
got
know.
I don't know what the.
Cause I'm free to do what I want. Any old time. Like literally, I guess like if you had to put a soundtrack to this movie, Life is a Highway by Tom Cochran.
The soundtrack's great in this movie.
It is. It's a great soundtrack.
Yeah, so all the characters, you like them. And once the movie starts to get going and they actually get into the pub crawl and they start to get drunker, things get more hilarious. Let's talk about the end
Really quick.
The sci-fi aspect of the movie. There's some pretty cool special effects.
The special effects weren't bad, and there's some fighting scenes that weren't bad either. The only thing I guess
You could tell they were so choreographed though, because it was like,
I'm going to do a move here, and then you got to block it. Yeah. I think when it got to the end, it kind of lost its footing a little bit because they started going off this weird tangent towards the end, and when the end actually happens, you're like, okay.
I'll say when things got serious, I thought it was really great writing. I thought it was really great acting. Just like we said in Shaun of the Dead, when things got serious, I thought that part was awesome.
Where are the others?
They're blending in.
Hello, I am a robot. We're just 5 friends on a night out, having a good time.
The world's end.
What the hell is that? We are going to get to the world's end if it kills us. Oh no.
The very end of the movie, they do something really just awkward, and it's just like it's almost like it's not even attached to the movie, and it makes no sense.
That's what I'm saying. The emotional scenes when Nick Frost and Simon Pegg have their moment together, like they did in Shaun of the Dead.
It's really good.
That makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it works for the movie, even in that weird like comedic kind of setting. The end though, it's really like fucking like
It's just out of place.
It's like it's out of place. I don't want to say what it is. We'll do that for the spoiler, but it's really like you're just like what?
Yeah, but it still can't ruin the rest of the movie. I'm gonna give this 9.0. I thought The World's End was just, it was second to Shaun of the Dead, but better than Hot Fuzz.
9.0 for me. I think it's acted well. I think it flows well. I think the music is great. I think the interaction between Simon Pegg and Nick Frost is still like top notch. So yeah, 9.0 is solid.
Edgar Wright's a great director too. Like they even did the stuff like with the seatbelts, like when they put on their seatbelts and like close
That's
down.
it, yeah.
I love Edgar Wright's
Shaun of
direction.
the Dead.
I can't wait for freaking Ant-Man. So question of the day: what is your favorite of the Cornetto trilogy? If you've seen this, if you haven't, then what's your favorite between Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead? Comment below. Let us know. I'm Mike. He's Shay. We'll see you next time on I Am a Robot.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie.